Hi, I'm Kwai Chi. So you want to know more about Run Disney France at Disneyland Paris? Well, watch this video. This is a full-on guide on what to do for the race weekend, coming up to it and how to book, etc. So first off, you need to go and book at run.disneylandparis.com/event. Probably don't need the /event bit. I'll put the linky link in the description in this video so that you can just click on it. You don't have to go and find it. If you're watching from an embedded video, then just click view on YouTube and click on the link in the description. Now, this is a full-on guide. So first off, once you've booked your ticket, you have to decide whether you want to do a 5k run, whether you want to put your kids in a kids race, whether you want to do a 10k run, or the half marathon. They're on different days, but for all the races you need to go and pick up your race gear on the 22nd of September. So the whole race weekend starts from the September the 21st, which is the Expo launch day. Then you've got till Friday evening to go pick up your bibs, and then they've got the 5k family run on Friday in the evening. It's in the dock. Then they've got the kids race, which is for 1 to 12-year-olds on the Saturday, and they've got the 10k also on the Saturday, but at 7 AM, very early, on the 23rd of September 2017. And then the half marathon starts at 7 on Sunday, September 24th. And they have varying prices, they all have ticket prices in order to take part, and that's quite normal for any race. It's not a timed race, and this year what's really special is that the half marathon finishes inside the park, and it's the first time anywhere where there's a Run Disney, whether it's the States or over here in Europe, it's the first time you can finish inside the park, so it's very, very special. It's a very, very special event. So how do I know all about this? Well, I was invited to a special weekend training with Paula Radcliffe and some other fantastic people from all over Europe, and I had the opportunity to go run in Disneyland Paris. Whoops, sorry, that's my CCTV. Just turn that down. Yeah, CCTV, dodgy area. I had the chance to run around with Paula Radcliffe and lots of people from around Europe. Very, very lucky. Closed off park, and we ran from like 6:30 in the morning, or maybe a bit later, like 7 o'clock in the morning. And it's super cool. So I've got some footage from the event, but first off, things you need to know. When you book your race ticket, you may also want to consider making a big weekend out of it, or a big week out of it, and stay at a hotel and go to the parks. I would recommend doing all of those things. Why not? If you're going to pay €75 to take part in a half marathon, go the whole hog. Book a hotel. If you're going to book a hotel, I would recommend either the Disneyland Hotel inside the park, New York Hotel, which is the closest one next to the park, next to Disney Village, then Sequoia Hotel, and Sequoia Lodge Hotel, and then the Newport Bay Hotel. Those are the three closest hotels to the Disney Village and the park. And the one inside the park is a lot more expensive, but you're in the park, so I think there are lots of extra perks too. Now, certain rooms will allow you to have one of these things as well, which is VIP Fast Pass. And if you can afford it, I would recommend getting it. Only because you get to go on the rides. There are 10 rides, I think, where you can just go straight on pretty much. You flash your VIP Fast Pass and then they let you on and you don't have to queue. And that's for rides like Big Thunder Mountain and Aerosmith. So cool. The next one down from that are ones with Fast Pass, rooms with Fast Pass, and Fast Pass allows you to do pretty much the same thing, except you don't get to go straight on, and I think there is a limited amount of Fast Passes that you get, like 3 per park. And what happens is you go up to machine and it spits out a time for you to go back to queue up for your Fast Pass. The queues are very short, so you're on like a ride in under 10 minutes. Really cool. Now with a ride, which you can't really book beforehand, is a Photo Pass Plus card, which you get in a tiny little form like this, or a big form like this. Now, what that allows you to do is all the rides have, all the big rides have got photos on them, and they take photos of you on the rides, and they have them on the meet and greet areas as well, where you meet the characters like Mickey and Donald Duck and Buzz Lightyear, etc. And what that allows you to do is get your photo taken, and then it allows you to have all of the images digitally downloaded onto your account, which you can retrieve later. You have a whole year to download the images off the web, or you can view them from an app which you can sync up with your account. And that you get in the park, but you can pre-register the app before you go. So, rides, hotel, done. Now you can also go full board, half board, which are your meal options, and you get vouchers that look a bit like this, and they allow you to eat lunch and dinner and breakfast at certain places, and they all have different values. So if you don't want to eat at one of the designated places to eat, you can use the voucher at face value. Currently one of these yellow ones for enfant, which is child, is worth 16 euros, I think, and the adult ones are worth about 28 euros. But you can get that all bundled in with your hotel package. So if you're knackered, just reserve and book in your hotel to eat. If you are riding a lot and you know you're going to ride or you're going to watch Illuminations, go eat in the park. But reserve your hotel and restaurant stuff before you go, because it gets booked up. They get really busy. Just call up or email the concierge at your hotel to book. Okay, wow, 9 minutes in already. Okay, so here's a little bit about the hotels in the area, the 3 I talked about just now. And here's me looking down as if I'm watching myself. Alright, that's the Sequoia Lodge, and I'm at Disneyland Paris Resort. Check that out. Now, if you get Disney Express, which is a service that you pay for if you have a Disney hotel, or I think you get it free if you have a suite at one of the hotels, go through the Disney Village to check in. It's much quicker to go through the Disney Village, even with all your luggage, to get to your hotel, and you get to walk around this wonderful lake as well, if you already have your ticket. But you can only do that with Disney Express. If you don't have Disney Express, then all you have to do is get the shuttle bus from the station, and then you go to your hotel. So my number one tip is to get Disney Express, because then you can jump straight through the village and come through to the hotel. Actually, you can go straight to the park because you have your ticket. Then afterwards you just come straight through the village and to your hotel. So I was at Sequoia Lodge, and coming up, I walk backwards, is Hotel New York, and if you're rich enough, there's Hotel Disneyland inside the Disney park, I believe, and it's quite a quick walk, you know, going towards Disneyland Paris, and it's on a day like this, even though it's overcast, it's actually really nice walking by the lake. It's very tranquil, there's nothing there, and then you get to the park and there's tons and tons of things to do with your family. Now the reason why I'm not with my family is because I'm promoting the half marathon, which is Run Disney France, which is happening later in the year in September. Or if you're watching this in September after the half marathon has happened, then it's already happened, in which case do the one in 2018, or if they're still running it, the one after that, or the one after that. Now security is quite tight, but if you have a room in the hotel, in one of the hotels, you can go through a faster check-in, and also you get to use the park a little bit earlier, between 8 and 10 in the morning. The park's open till really late, but if you go through the normal public entrance, security takes a long time. So I've got to disconnect now because I've got to go through security, but hopefully I'll see you on the other side. So you get to the rail station, probably, or in the car park, and at the station, and you want to do the Disney Express thing, that's cool. Now here's a little video of where exactly you can do that, and here's me looking up this afternoon. Okay, Disneyland Paris top tip. If you come by Eurostar, you'll go there to the Chessy France Paris train station, and just over there are where all the shuttle buses are. And if you want to go to Disneyland Paris, then there is the security entry into the village. That's not the entry that takes you into the park or the studio. You then have to go further into the park over there for the studio, or there for the park. And then you have to have tickets. You don't actually need tickets to come into this village bit, so you can come in, but you do go through a security check. And if you come in the morning, there's a massive queue that goes from around there all the way over there. Oh, it's really hard to point with my finger while holding the camera myself. Or you get a shuttle bus to your hotel, and they run relatively frequently, and they run from just around there-ish. So there you go, top tip. There's shuttle bus and there's a station. If you want a drink or anything like that, if you don't have meal vouchers already, then you can come into Village, and there's stores, and there's coffee bars and Vapiano and Starbucks and other sandwichy places. McDonald's too. Alright, I'm Kwai Chi, take care. Now there are 3 different sections to Disneyland Paris. One is the Disney Village. Anyone can go in there once you pass through security, and the best security gates to get through are the ones from the hotels, which is covered in one of the little ident videos that I've made before in Paris. And here is some footage of Disney Village. I'm just at Disney Village right now, and as well as Starbucks and McDonald's. You have a huge range of themed restaurants and cafes to go to, and if you ever want to go to a Disney shop without having to pay for the entry of a Disney park or Disney studio ticket, then fear not, because there are lots of shops out here to do with Disney. Lots. And there are lots of people wearing Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse ears everywhere. There's a Disney store and it keeps going. It keeps going. Huge building. Loads and loads of Disney things. Now, the other two parks, or rather the two parks, are the Disney Studios and the Disney Park. The Disney Park is bigger and it's like the original one, and it's got the one with the castle. The studios are based on movie things, and one of the coolest things you can experience is the motor stunt show. So here's some footage I made earlier from the motor stunt show thing. Boom.
One, two, and go!
Welcome back. So, I don't actually have any footage of the castle illuminations, primarily because my son was gouging my eyeballs out while we were watching them, and so I didn't get an opportunity to film any, and it's dark, and so footage looks really grainy anyway. Now, as well as all the stunt shows and things, there is a full massive program which you can download online of all the different events that are going on at Disneyland Paris, anywhere in the park. Or you can use the Disneyland Paris app to find out where all these things are taking place and what time they're taking place. I would recommend doing all of those things. The illuminations, you can't miss them. Don't miss it. Go and stand in a really nice spot. Central Plaza is the best place to stand, and get there for like 8 o'clock, stand there for a couple of hours. It's grueling, I know, it's horrible, but when it gets to 10 o'clock, or it might be later if it's in the summer or in September, it might be 11 or it might be 9 later on after that. Just look at the event. You want to really watch those illuminations, they're really, really good. And when I say illuminations, it's like a big projection thing that goes onto the castle, and then you've got fireworks, and it's all themed with music, and it's truly magical. And if you've got kids with you, it is something to remember and not miss. Don't miss it, don't miss it. Okay, so race time. You want to gear up properly. I think with the race bib you get like a race t-shirt on the race weekend. Wear racy stuff, and if you want to wear a costume, wear a costumey thing. Then have a light breakfast if you eat breakfast before you run, and then go running around the Disney park. The course is really, really cool. So here is some footage of me. I'm just looking at my footage stuff. Here's some footage of me standing with Mickey and Goofy. That was super quick, wasn't it? Okay, now here is me talking a bit about just finishing running around Disneyland. Don't forget I did it like when it was all closed, which is kind of like how you will run it if you go, except there will be crowds of people cheering you on, which I didn't have, which was fine. because I was running after Paula Radcliffe, who's very, very fast. So that's all I was focused on. Run after Paula Radcliffe. Run after Paula Radcliffe. So here is a little video of me in Walt Disney Studios. I'm at the Disney Village and just finished a light morning run. It's currently not even 7:30 in the morning yet, and the park is closed off just for us to run around the course, or bits of it anyway. We just did 5k this morning with some stops for photos, but I can tell you what, it's really good fun running around this course when the whole place is closed. These guys are a lot fitter than me and just finished, and these guys finished a while back, but can't give it a go if you're around citizen. Who's that? Photo bombing, video bombing. So notice just now how I said here's me at Walt Disney Studios, and then in the video I said I was in the Disney Village. Well, I was a bit out of it, so here's a little follow-up video. Oh, actually, here's a little tiny clip of me with Paula.
Yay!
And now here is a tiny clip of me afterwards, and proof that I was not in last place. Proof.
So it turns out I wasn't actually in the Disney Village. I was a bit out of it. I'm actually in the Disney Studios. There's the Disney lot over there. Come on, you guys can do it! You can do it! Just passing the walking group as I head back to the hotel because I'm a bit tired. With all these people who've already finished alongside me, just all walking back to the hotel. I'm gonna have a really, really good breakfast.
So, what is there left to say? Oh yeah, if you're catching the Eurostar, then try and get one of the direct trains, especially if you have kids, because, well, it's a lot less painful, let's put it that way. It's quite difficult getting out of France if you go back to England. I don't know what it's like if you live in Europe and you catch a train to somewhere else in Europe from Disneyland Paris, but if you catch the Eurostar, make sure you leave very, very, very early. Leave yourself a good couple of hours before your departure time, because there will be a lot of people trying to get on that Eurostar train, and you want to make sure you're one of the first people to get on that train first. So my top tip is get on that train early. We kind of made the mistake of leaving it quite late. The good thing is they will stick around. Even if the train is delayed by like 20 minutes, they don't leave any passengers behind. Even though they say they will, they actually don't. It's a lie. But that's only on the direct train. If you get the Lille train and indirect connection, forget it, they'll leave you behind. If you get the direct train, they will not leave you behind. Now, there's only one train back to England, and there's only one train to Disneyland Paris from England that is direct. So make sure you get there early. It counts on the other side as well, from England to Disneyland Paris, but less so than actually going from Paris back to the UK. Get there early. Book your tickets early because it's cheaper. If you have a kid who is 0, 1, 2 or 3 years old, they can travel for free, but they have to sit on your lap, and only one child per adult. Between the ages of 4 and I think 11, there is a special price for kids. However, that price may not be as cheap as buying an advance single adult or return adult ticket. So bear that in mind. Do look at both prices and see which one is cheaper. It is possible that the child ticket can be more expensive than the adult ticket. You may also get it all as part of a package with your hotel, in which case do that. It just saves you a headache, and then you'll be ATOL protected and all that kind of stuff. Get travel insurance, and remember to get your EHIC card if you're from the EU. And there's probably something else I've forgotten. Pack your bags, pack lots of stuff, but also take lots of spare luggage space. On the Eurostar, each adult, regardless of whether you have children or not, if your children are 0, 1, 2 or 3 years old, you don't get any extra allowance. Kids between 4 and 11, I think, are allowed 1 big suitcase, and from 12 years old and over, they're counted as adults, I think, from memory. And all adults get 2 big luggage and 1 small luggage. I would recommend taking that second big luggage, because you will probably buy loads and loads of stuff at Disneyland. This thing, the Disneyland Paris charge card. You get one of these things, and it's got your name on it with the day and the place you're staying, and that allows you to auto check out without having to settle a bill or anything like that, which is great. But this little contactless card, which you get to keep and take home with you as a souvenir, is a little charge card that you can pay for stuff in Disneyland and get all the stuff sent back to your room automatically, which is fantastic, which means you can just pick it all up in one go and take it home with you. This thing just requires a little form fill and for credit card authentication, and for every 380 euros they just debit your account. So if you spend 200 euros, they just debit your account when you leave. If you spend 390 euros, they debit it once you cross over 380 euros, and then the rest when you leave, and so on. So this charge card is contactless. You stick it on the machine and you enter a PIN that you set when you get one of these things, and you can get this at the hotel reception. So hotel reception, okay, so there are 3 different areas you need to know in the hotel. Okay, 4 for race weekend. 1 is the expo for picking up all your race stuff. 2 is Disney Express, or at the hotel it's called baggage, I think, which is separate and normally outside and requires you to go through a security check-in thing to get it into the hotel. There's the reception, which is for checking in and doing this charge card thing. And then there's concierge for sorting out things like housekeeping, like if you need a cut, or if you need to reserve a table at a restaurant, or if you want to find out about stuff. Oh, one more place is the shop. There is a shop where you get your photo pass box thing for your photo pass, and your tickets and things. I think you get them at the reception in a white envelope with all your meal vouchers. Okay, so I hope that is a very comprehensive guide to a race weekend between the 21st and the 23rd of September 2017. Hopefully you'll be there and you'll have fun. Do enjoy the rides. My son's favourite, who is 3 by the way, is Big Thunder Mountain. He loves that train. My favourite is the Aerosmith ride. So if you go along, go check out those rides. If you want to see a good show, then I can highly recommend the Motor Stunt Show. It's very good. One thing I forgot is the Disney Hotel Easy Pass. when you check in, at the bottom of your registration form is this pass, and that allows you to go into the park between 8 and 10. That is very cool. So even if you don't have Fast Pass or VIP Fast Pass, you can get into the hotel, the park. You can get into the park or the studios between 8 and 10 before the general public are allowed in. That's the guide. It's all finished. Good luck on your race weekend. I'm Kwai Chi. Until next time, take care.